What to play today? Oh, wait a minute. What? I hit 200 subscribers. I hit... Guys, I hit... Oh. 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 Sorry, I guess I got a bit too excited there. We have just hit 200 subscribers. That is awesome. So, as a big special for 200 subs, we are doing it. Maybe some of you saw this coming due to the teaser I posted on the community page. Maybe you didn't. But today, we're going to be taking a look at Kickassia, the first anniversary film that nostalgia critic himself made with all the channel awesome people. Now, yes, there's a whole backstory behind this movie and who exactly these people involved in it are and everything, like Angry Joe and such, but I think there's more than enough documentaries on YouTube explaining what this was, so I'm going to assume you already know what this movie is. I'm going to assume you guys already know everything about nostalgia critic movies and how this was a big anniversary thing that him and the members he worked with came together to film every year when they hit a new milestone of an anniversary. So we're just going to jump into the movie. This isn't going to be a step-by-step review of the movie. This is going to be more of a deep dive. We're going to dive deep into the movie, look around, and try to see if there's any hidden meanings within it. So let's get started. So the movie starts appropriately with our reactions to watching the movie.
Why?
What?
Why are we taking over Malaysia? I mean, isn't it barely an acre of land?
Mars girl, do you think anyone else here honestly has that question?
Why?
Okay.
As then we run into a plot about the critic finding out that there's a place called Malaysia that is a real place, by the way. You can actually search it up. It's a real place. As he wants to take it over. It's literally a country ran by one guy, this one patch of land, and the South Korea wants to take it over so him and his fellow reviewing fans can run their own country. I won't lie. It's actually a really interesting concept for a movie. I actually don't mind a comedy film where the concept is, hey, we found this really small, puny thing, but since it counts as its own country, fuck it, let's have our own country and go wild. The idea and premise is really interesting. I actually wouldn't mind doing a movie with that storyline either. But when you realize that it's going to be mostly, references and things like, for example, Nostalgia Critic's whole character is going to be just, I become typical evil dictator. But not even that part's done right. Like, instead of typical dictator, he just becomes M. Bison from Street Fighter the movie.
Greetings, Chris.
Mr. Critic, what are your plans now for this new glorious nation?
Well, first we plan on taking over the neighbors down the street. We've sent them pamphlets. Then we plan on taking over Nevada, America, and then the world. Of course!
Which, I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be a reference to the joke he's used many times in Nostalgia Critic, the take over the world joke, while also, I don't know, just kind of trying to poke fun at the Street Fighter movie and trying to use that as the same thing. Because M. Bison was basically the same thing. He was an evil dictator. But him going crazy and evil is mostly just to the fact of, well, Nostalgia Critic grew mad with power immediately because he's a dick character. There's nothing more to it. This movie seems to have a lot of good idea and concepts, but always a bad payoff or it's not done properly. Like, even the, hey, critic guy going mad is just done with cliche jokes or references. And when it comes to the other characters as well, it ends up just turning into a...
How have you been? Still having nightmares? Guilt? Still feeling the pain of how broken you truly are?
Oh yeah, let's get back to the movie. This is for 200 subs. Let's just focus on the movie. We then later go on to story plots such as, it's pretty funny. Like almost every character is a cliche for a movie you've seen before, but done in like cartoony fashion, which I know in many of those weird ass not so awesome documents they claimed was a big problem making these movies, that it was like, well, just act like me to a T, and it sounds great, cartoony. But the characters end up going from either kiss up, don't give a shit, which is basically everybody. Everybody's characters basically don't care, or to the final thing of, which was played by the most annoying, horrible person at Channel Awesome, Lindsay Ellis, just doing the whole, ooh, I just want to take over, and I'm just trying to kill Critic the entire movie.
You know, I don't know why the press picks on you so much. You seem like the nicest person to me. As we all know, nice people make the perfect politicians. Just look at Carter. I mean, you're so good at making people feel at home. Lowering their defenses, making it feel like they have nothing to worry about.
Indeed. You gonna drink your tea there?
Oh, yes, of course. Say, is it me or does this tea smell a little, poisony?
So the rest of Kickassia, many scenes like this just keep going on and on and on until finally we get to this big climactic battle where, just from sheer trickery and the real owner of Milestone being able to trick these characters due to the fact that they're severely stupid.
Why do you let him take your ideas like that?
I don't know, because he's the president and stuff.
Well, wouldn't you like to know what that's like?
Yeah, sure.
He ends up finding a way to just make everyone just turn on the Critic, basically hurt each other, and just take it back over like nothing even happened. And what I just said there, that's basically Kickassia. It's mostly just a fun premise with the most very fast-paced, typical, just cliches and stuff thrown together, and storylines you've seen from other things but done better, until we get to the climax of, well, good thing Channel Awesome are idiots, and then they just take it back over. Now it's time for the deep part of it. Now, there is a deep dive of this video where I'm going to show you the real meaning of it, and when it comes to the meaning of it, it's,
You still there?
What?
Why do you do this? Why do you keep destroying everything around you, so self-destructive? Always running from your problems, never facing them. Why, because of him. Why keep on this shell?
Shut up. It's not like it matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It happened. It happened. Hey everybody, welcome back. The new 200 subscriber special is a bit delayed, so I wanted to do a deep dive today on the meaning of JetpackRetro. Now, JetpackRetro is a series built by a person that doesn't really understand the many instances that have to do with scars caused
Shut the
from...
fuck up!
Stop. The meaning of Kickassia is that in the end of the day, it was just a fun little anniversary film made with friends. It wasn't trying to be a 5-star film. It wasn't trying to be some perfected masterpiece or Doug's big leap into being a full-time respected director. It was just meant to be a quick special done by ourselves with, at the time, people we considered our friends, just enjoying the moment and making something together for fans to enjoy. It was made as nothing more than just literally a special Just Buds hanging out. It was a thank you, a big milestone, a big here is some silly, wacky shit for an hour or more just for our friends and our fans and those we just want to give a little back to. Kickassia isn't perfect. It's not. But in the end of the day, you cannot deny that is very fun to sit through. And in the room way of sitting through it, it's silly, it's weird, it downright feels very independently put together. And in the end of the day, what's wrong with that? Sometimes people throw together their own little art projects just to feel better about themselves, or to feel like everything happened wasn't for nothing. Or just to have fun. Thanks for the 200 subscribers. It genuinely means so much to me. The fact that you guys have been recently getting into my content and loving what I have to say really means so much to me, and I promise I'll
We drink the salt of different seas. We feel different temperatures in the air we breathe. You should meet me in the middle of this misery. Early August, but it feels much later. Radiator can't be left alone. Fantasize about the pearls of sweat on your collarbone. I'm left alone without your oversight. It was high and tight till I went too far. I didn't then, but now I think of all your visible childhood scars. Your rich parents couldn't make it work. It was clean and jerk very start. The youngest daughter you were never told tore them apart. You thought you found a fellow alcoholic whom you'd frolic with in your comfort zone. You felt abandoned when you realized that your only hope